we shall recall his honesty, his straightforwardness, his passion, his compassion.
That was one of many memories of Alex Colville, an icon of Canadian art, as his funeral took place this morning in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Deanna Sumanak is here with more. So what was the atmosphere like this morning at that funeral?
Well, it's interesting, Andrew. Alex Colville was actually born in Toronto in 1920, but he moved to Nova Scotia as a child. He lived in Wolfville his entire adult life. It's where he met his wife, Rhoda, married her in 1942, and they continued living in her father's home, in the home she was born in. So he has real community ties with Wolfville. And today, basically all the dignitaries and academics of that area and from Nova Scotia and throughout Canada, and of course, Alex Colville's many fans turned up to show their respect, particularly in attendance, people from the two universities that he had such strong ties with, the Mount Allison University, which he attended and where he produced some of his best-known works, and Acadia University, where he also had many close friends, and that university awarded him an honorary degree in 1975. I think it's important to remember that this man could have lived anywhere. He was a giant of Canadian art. He chose to live in this peaceful, small community where people did not bother him, where his art celebrity was known and acknowledged, but he wasn't pestered for it, which allowed him to continue creating. Here is what Dr. James Perkin, who is one of his close friends and a former president of Acadia University, had to say.
And I learned that the juxtaposition of ordinariness and threat was typical of much of his work, as was the bringing together of something manufactured or mechanical and a living creature, either animal or human.
Dr. Perkin went on to say that he will be sorely missed by his family and friends. He was 92, but of course he was such a presence throughout my life, the greatest living Canadian artist, best known living Canadian artist. So certainly a large gap in the hearts of many Canadians today.
Absolutely, absolutely one of my favorite artists, Canadian or otherwise, just brilliant. What do you think his legacy is going to be?
Well, I think what James Perkins said there really summed it up. He became known for painting ordinary subject matter imbued with that sense of menace, that sense that something ominous, something surprising, perhaps threatening is about to happen. And, you know, looking back on his life, many people attribute this to the fact that he was in World War II as the official war artist with the Canadian forces. So he saw unimaginable horror. He spoke about this for years afterwards, that he has seen the depths of human evil and never thought that people were essentially good. Always thought that humanity is capable of unimaginable evil. And I think it's that complexity, it's that real understanding of both pastoral and sweet and domestic sides of life, as well as more ominous and menacing sides of life, that's really reflected in his artwork. And as I said, it's hard to quantify this, but beyond the Group of Seven and Tom Thomson, probably stands right alongside them as the Canadian painter that's instantly recognizable. Every Canadian had seen one of his paintings.
I hear the passion in your voice,
I'm very
Deanna.
passionate.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.